In John's 15th chapter, Jesus says to his disciples, "I no longer call you servants, but I call you friends." In saying this, our Lord establishes a style for Christian living built on the gift of friendship. The Church approaches dialogue with other Christians and other religions with this in mind. This principle of self-giving and mutual revelation of oneself to the other through the gift of genuine friendship. Dialogue is made possible through the virtues of friendship. Friendship is nourished, of course, through communication. We grow in friendship when we share with one another our interests, our ideas, our concerns, our values, all those things that are so much a part of who we are. But before we can honestly share such an intimacy, there must be trust. In some instances, trust is not all that difficult to establish, while at other times it may take years to build. Life is that way. But isn't it true that sometimes when trust within a relationship is hard-won, it becomes the most precious of all of our friendships, precisely because it took so much work and effort to build? Since friendship is sustained by attentive listening, we have to learn how to listen. For 15 years, I taught medical students and psychiatric residents at the University of Maryland School of Medicine. One of the most difficult things for these dedicated and bright students to learn was how to listen. In genuine listening, our mind and heart open so that as far as humanly possible, we might come to know and understand the life and the reality of the other. What is of value to this person? Not what I think of them or their beliefs, as much as what does this person hold to be true and sacred. In this way, we are able to see and understand the world of our friend with whom we are dialoguing. In ecumenical and interreligious dialogue, each partner can thus come to understand the other, what they think, how they see the world, and in doing so, grow and even learn something more about themselves, something more about God, and this beautiful world that we live in. Friendship brings us to that sacred space where we are made aware of what we share in common now and what possibilities the future holds. And in the meantime, that same sacred space allows for a mutual respect for our differences. You know, true friends can speak of differences and still be friends. Genuine friendship is always a means for spiritual growth. As we deepen our bonds with someone else, our horizons are expanded, and hopefully our minds and hearts expand as well. We become increasingly inclined to self-giving, to seeking the best interest of the other, to sharing the richness and wealth of life that we have. Through friendship, we come to perfect our Christian vocation to love, our first and our ultimate vocation as Christians, and a most genuine path to God. Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI reflected on his encounter with the Muslim, Jewish, and Christian communities during his apostolic visit to Lebanon last year. He said, "It seems to me that the moment has come to join in giving a sincere and decisive testimony against divisions, against violence, against wars. The world today needs clear and powerful signs of dialogue and collaboration. In today's world wrought by division and self-interest, the Christian vocation to friendship is a paramount one that has the potential to heal the deepest rifts of division and misunderstanding. It is through this instrument of friendship that the Church engages her wider dialogue with the world, including our brothers and sisters of other religions and faiths. By doing so, we imitate our Lord, who has looked at each one of us and said, 'I have called you friend.'"